Hellos, welcome back to TigeraGitana. My name is Abby, and today we are going to be doing a weekly voted Patreon video, which is 5 easy things to do to connect with your spirit guides and your angels. And if you see me looking down, it's because I'm going to be looking at my computer because I have my notes written on here. And yeah, this was voted. This won the poll for what they wanted to see this week. So this is what we're going to talk about. And when it comes to working with your spirit guides, your angels, your animal guides, your Reiki guides, whoever it is that you're trying to call into your space, you really have to kind of do a lot of regular work with them, because you do have to build a relationship, you have to get to know them, you have to feel comfortable, you have to get a lot of like the foundational work in. You have to kind of know what their energy feels like. There's kind of a lot of things that you should kind of get accustomed to. It's kind of like buying, I'm not saying that they can be bought or anything like that, but I'm saying it's kind of like buying or breaking in a new pair of shoes or something like that. You want to take pause and connect with them and see how your relationship continues over days, weeks, months, years. So this isn't the type of work that you just do 1, 2, 3, but this is to help you in how you kind of build this relationship. So 5 easy ways to build a relationship with your spirit guides. So the first thing that you need to do before you get into these 5 things is hold space. That's not one of the 5 things, but this is the first thing you need to do. When connecting with them, you want to hold space. You want to just take a pause, be like, hey, if you want to introduce yourself, and I am calling in all of my spirit guides into the space right now. I would like to connect with you. I would like to learn more about you. If you will be willing to share space with me, and please be here in this moment with me while we connect. So whatever way you want to do it, if you want to do a prayer, if you want to do a ritual beforehand, if you want to do a spiritual bath, like, you can make it very elaborate or you can make it very simple. It's really up to you how you want to address it. Ultimately, spirit guides are guiding you throughout your life, so it doesn't matter where you kind of want to do this. If you want to make it a little bit more elaborate, that's totally fine too. So yeah, just do what you're naturally called to do. As far as like, if you feel like it needs to be a more ritual-esque vibe, then do it that way. I know some spirit guides, especially when you're connecting it to the gods and goddesses, they kind of require a little bit more ritual work, because you're trying to set the mood for them to just feel comfortable in your space as well. So you want to do it that way, you can. If it's more like ancestor work as well, it kind of can be a little bit of a shift, because you know how like when everybody's like going to their mom's house after they haven't been there for a while, and you're just like coming home, you're just like relaxed, and you're just like kind of letting some things go. You're taking your shoes off and you feel a little more comfortable. It can kind of feel that way with the ancestor work sometimes. You're just like, okay, I'm just relaxed, I just need your assistance, can you just be here for me right now, versus doing an elaborate ritual. So it really depends on what it is that you want to do. So pick what you want to do. That's pretty much it. Now, the first thing after you call them into your space, and depending on how it is that you are communicating with them, if you're using specific clairs, if you are meditating, if you're not meditating, if you are automatic writing, or if there's whichever way you have chosen to connect with them, you want to kind of get into the question aspects of the thing, because in order to kind of get to know them, it's really about asking those questions so you feel more comfortable with their presence around you, and how their presence around you feels, and all of these little technicalities. So the first thing that you need to ask, okay, and it's funny because I feel like Sometimes this is like the third thing I ask, because I just start asking questions. Like, my Gemini moon gets a little bit obnoxious, and I'll just start asking questions right off the bat, like just do 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 do, and they'll be like, oh yeah, well by the way, what's your name? Yeah, you want to know who you're talking to, so you want to know whose name it is, and if depending on which form you are using to communicate, at some point you're going to, like if you're doing it through meditation, visualization, and working with the clairs, you're going to start hearing different types of voices and stuff like that, so that changes the kind of like as far as how they sound like and all of these little technicalities. But on a one note, what you need to know is their name, because sometimes you're going to want to call them specifically. Maybe you really like their vibe, maybe you really like connecting with them, maybe there's a specific skill that they have that you need assistance with. Like, I work a lot with my indigenous ancestors, and like just for a lot of the nature magic that I do, and anytime I'm working with herbs, I'm working with them as well, and different gods and goddesses, orishas, that are well versed in nature magic and herbs and different in using the earth in different ways. So I specifically call on them with their name. It's kind of the same thing. It's kind of like you can't really, I guess you can, but you want to be able to know who you are holding kind of space for, also worshiping to an extent, because we do praise and give blessings to and ask for blessings from them. So you want to know who you're talking to. This is one of the crucial mistakes that people do when it comes to working with spirit guides, because this is kind of how you get some people working with some spirit guides that are not actually guides and are, you know, of lower entities, because they don't really get to know them properly, and they kind of fall into some of the traps of, you know, trusting some spirits that are actually very malicious. So you want to get to know more of them. You also want to feel comfortable with their energy. If spiritually you're like holding space and you don't feel comfortable with their energy, then you need to be very mindful, do the right protection work, all the things that you feel like you need to get done, but don't just willy-nilly out of the blue just go in and trust, you know. So just be mindful. Again, this goes into holding space properly, because if you're calling your spirit guides and then boom, a negative entity shows up like, hey, I'm clocked in for work, then you're gonna want to question why you have the low vibration entity showing up claiming it's a spirit guide, because you didn't do protection work properly and you just been literally letting people claim certain space in your energy. So you also want to look at that, but you want to know who you're talking to, so you can call forth if you need to do spell work specifically with them or whatnot. You want to know who you're connecting with. Now, the second thing that you want to ask, you can make this the second thing or you can make this the last thing, it really depends, because again, I kind of, all of these little questions I switch around here and there, but you want to ask what kind of offerings they would like, and this is because when they're helping you, there is an interchanging of energies that's happening, and you want to make sure that you are giving thanks and being grateful properly. So you want to say, hey, thank you, light the candle. What kind of offerings do you like? Do you like, you know, most spirits really like alcohol. And they love cakes, they love things that just, you know, make us feel good in the physical realm too, in a very good extent. So you want to ask them like, hey, what do you like? I have some spirits that only like some fruits. They just love fruits, kiwi, watermelon, pineapple. I have some spirits that just like citruses, and they rock with the citrus. It really depends. Some spirits like for me to cook them a meal as well. So you want to get to know your spirit guide, what they like, so you can maintain them in your space, as well as they're maintaining you in space. Get it? Okay. Now, The other thing that you want to ask them, well, you kind of should have started picking up some clues about what they specifically feel like to you. And again, this depends on which way you're using to connect with them. But at any point, if you're feeling a negative or aggressive vibe, then you want to just end that connection and just say, I'm just closing this off. Thank you. Goodbye. This is over. But if you also kind of want to kind of get a sense of what they feel like. So you want to ask them, how am I gonna know, like, if when I call you, how am I gonna know that you're here? Like, what is there going to be, like, some sort of a signal? Am I going to feel a certain way, or can I be shown how I will be feeling when you're around, if you don't already feel that way from connecting with them through this process? Some people get a lot of, like, tingles on their face. Some people get itchy, like I sometimes just, like, sorry about that, I got interrupted. Sometimes I'll get, like, itchy, like, on my crown. Some people start kind of feeling like a lightness in their hands, or kind of feeling, you know, like when your leg falls asleep, kind of like that, but throughout different parts of their body. And again, it depends what modality you're trying to use. If you're using automatic writing, you're going to feel it in your hands. Like, it's different. If you're meditating your crown, you might be more spiritually feeling through your crown and your energy itself. Also, if you are doing this through meditation, you want to pay attention to your heart chakra, like how open your heart chakra is to this entity. If it feels closed off, if it feels tight, and also if which chakra is kind of like triggered by them, by their presence. And also ask them if they can help you with those areas, with that healing, because they're also there for that as well. So anyway, you do want to pay attention to how they feel when you're around. So, like, for me, my grandma, obviously very, very nurturing, very comforting. Some of my ancestors can be very, like, stern, so it just kind of makes me, like, you know, sit up a little bit. There's usually, I get, like, a lot of divine feminine. I get a lot of I don't want to say just women, because I do have a lot of male spirit guides, in the sense of a more masculine energy, but I do for the most part get a lot of, like, that nourishment feeling, and just feeling comforted, and just like, okay, and a lightness. There's always, like, a really big light to it. Now the next one, you want to ask what it is, if you are curious. If you want to just see it developing at a later time, and you just kind of want to be shown throughout your relationship, then you can do that too. But you do want to ask, like, hey, what is your purpose in my life? What are you here to help me with? This is something that I do with the angels pretty much, like, the first time that I started kind of working with them. I was just wanting to know, I was like, what do you want? Because they do kind of have a stake in things too. They do want to be put to work to an extent. They do want to help. If spirit, they wouldn't be the word guides. They would just be spirits if they weren't trying to do something. Which is where the guiding part of the thing comes up. So they do have a purpose. So you do want to say, hey, what is your specific purpose in my life? What are you meant to help me with? What are you meant to guide me with? Is this a lesson that you will teach me over time? Is this a lesson that I need to kind of start implementing into my life now? What is up? Like, for me, I'll give you guys an example. I do a lot of work with Gabriel when it comes to my business, Archangel Gabriel, when it comes to my business, and he really pushes me a lot. And I did ask him, I was like, what would you want? And he basically said that he was helping me stay on track, and kind of pushing me to do the things that I need to do, and, like, lay the foundations for the work that I'm doing. So it's like knowing that that's his intention helps to understand when I am lacking, or when I am like struggling, or like thinking like, okay, what should I work on? I'm like, my Gemini moon gets a little bit all over the place. Sometimes I have so many ideas to do at the same time, and I'm like, okay, I'm a little bit overwhelmed. I need to pause and like pick what I'm doing. It helps to say, okay, well, you know what? You know who can help me with this specific issue? Archangel Gabriel, because that's what he wants to help me with anyway. So then I could call on him and be like, hey, what do I need to focus on right now? What should my priority be? What, like, and get that kind of call and response situation. So you do want to have a sense of purpose and connecting with your angels and guides while you're working with them, because then you're able to have like a relationship and know what people want. And I feel like a lot of the time in when it comes to the physical realm with human to human connections, we're like, okay, what does this person want? You're a woman, you're like dating, okay, they just want my body, they just want this, they just want that. Like, what is it that you want? And knowing somebody's intent from the head on like really helps to guide that relationship forward, versus the hidden agendas and not knowing and like going in blindly and stuff like that. So you do want to ask like, hey, what you want? Like what is what are you here to help me with? What is your purpose in my life? What must I master from your energy? Like, you just want to go in and ask those questions and make yourself more comfortable with the lesson that they're bringing in as well, because they do bring in lessons. So wait, did I name all of them? Name 2. That was the third one, I think. Name, offering, and purpose. I think that's the third. We're on the third. Oh, and how you know when they're about. Okay, sorry. So the fifth one. The fifth one, I would say this one is, it's up to your discretion how you kind of want to implement this one, because this one is kind of like a little bit of an asterisk kind of thing. I would say, because I feel like angels and guides can show up in many different ways, but you can ask them as well, like, which way would you like to kind of be would you like me to connect with you the best in. I know a lot of people's spirit guides comes out. Some people are really good like readers when it comes to like different forms of doing readings, tarot, oracle, all these things, because their spirit guides just talk to them through readings. Some spirit guides prefer meditation, some spirit guides love prayer, so it really depends on what kind of connection they also want to assist you in. Maybe there's something that you want to be well versed in, and maybe their purpose in your life is to help you with this tool. So you want to ask them, like, how do you want me to connect with you on a day-to-day? Do you want me to pray? Do you want me to meditate? Do you want me to just call you in before I read the cards? Do you want me to like, again, it depends on which spirit we're talking about. But you want to ask them, like, hey, what is there a specific modality that you want me to work with? Like, I know in Reiki we have Reiki guides, so we can like call them in to assist us with like energies and stuff. So is a specific is there a specific tool or something that you would like to be in connection to, like a pendulum that I only talk to you from? Or like, it really, again, it really depends on them. A lot of the time I feel like most of them are really open to connecting in whichever way, but for the most part I know that there are some spirit guides that do have preferences, so you do want to kind of make them feel comfortable. I'm sorry. Same thing with like with offerings, as far as like what they would like. It's also like, how would you like to connect with me? Like, think about it in like the physical realm way. Some people don't like to talk on the phone, they just like to text. Some people, like, it's kind of like the same thing. Like, you're saying, hey, what is your preference to me holding space for you? Would you like me to be cleansed before I speak to you? Do you want me to do like a spiritual bath? Do you want me to like put some incense? Do you want, what is it that you would prefer when I am seeking your your counsel. Okay, so that is the 5 ways and tips and things that you should do when connecting with your spirit guides and your angels and your guides, that I feel like if you're a beginner, you can connect with them and start building those relationships and get used to their energy a little bit more. I hope this was helpful. This was a patron voted a video. I'm about to post the next poll up, and I'm really excited because we're about to do the monthly community spell as well. And also this week, I believe it's Valentine's Day. Oh my god, it's like, yeah, this week is Valentine's Day. It flew in. I'm very excited for it because I am taking Bae to one of my very favorite restaurants. It's gonna be very bougie and very magical. And I still need to put together the Bruja vlog from my birthday. I'll probably say, so I'll end it with our anniversary. I'll do that, and then we'll kind of put that together, and you guys will see that soon. There's also another Dollar Tree spell video coming very soon that I've been just kind of waiting to put together. I haven't gotten around a chance to filming it. I'm also getting a lot of requests for videos lately, like a lot, so there's kind of a lot that I'm filming right now, so stay tuned for all of it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this just like, there's been a lot of stuff going on. Also, if you're curious what I'm drinking, this is chlorophyll, lemon, and also it's over there. There is this elixir that I'm taking. It's like a liver and colon, whatchamacallit, it like helps with your gut, and like cleansing and like detoxing your gut, in water. So I'm taking 4 cups, and I'm going to the gym later today. If you want me to do like this is like one of my supplements. If you want me to do like a supplement video and tell you guys what I take regularly, like vitamins and herbal remedies and such, let me know in the comments. Listen, Jupiter's in my 6th house this year of health and healing, so I'm tightening up on everything right now, and I'm going back to the gym and everything, as well as bringing you guys more videos, because health, healing, and serving others. I heal, you heal, we all heal. I know I'm corny. But yeah, let me know if you want to see that in different ways that I work with my body, healing my body, nurturing my body, supplementing my body. Yeah, so let me know down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you all to my new subscribers, because I know we're gonna get up into the 10,000s. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Don't forget to check out the Patreon. The link will be down below, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you get notified when I post again. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.